All right. So we put the kids to bed. Welcome to the Slightly Informed Podcast. We are here July 30th, Tuesday. It's a great week. It's a great week. First of all, the Olympics started. I don't know if y'all seen that, but we are star spangled awesome out there. I think the women's gymnastics, we just took home the team gold, which I think was pretty dope because Simone Biles, I watched a routine. They had her, they had her husband in there. He was taking notes because I don't know if y'all know this. Jonathan Owens, he plays for the Green Bay Packers. He is married to a one Simone Biles, who is probably the most accomplished gymnast, definitely the most accomplished Olympic gymnast in the world. And when he first met her, he said he didn't really know who she was. I don't blame him. Like, who the fuck? Who's watching gymnastics like that? Like, we watch it once every 4 years, and we like get really, really into it, and then we kind of forget about it until the next time it comes over. And I get it. Like, Simone Biles is Simone Biles. Like, she is the pinnacle of her sport. Who's the best horse racer in the world? I don't know. I don't think most people know. I think if you met a girl at a bar that was some type of athletic. Okay, now to be fair though, Simone Biles is like 4'8", so I guarantee you didn't, unless you met her like at an Applebee's. You know what I'm saying? You knew she had some clout. You know, just like a little bit of clout. But like, I don't blame you for not knowing who she was. But boy, oh boy, are women mad? Oh, are they mad about this? And I don't even like. Honestly, I don't get it. Like, I don't really get it. Like, she's happy, he's happy, she's married. I really think it's because a lot of y'all want to be married and you're not, and you gotta find a fault in somebody or something. But yeah, Simone Biles, she's happy, and most importantly, she won another gold medal today. The thing that makes me mad is we didn't place in shooting, and it makes me mad because I guarantee you that whoever's on that team, there's a 16-year-old in Ohio that is going to crush that high score as soon as school starts. So, like, y'all should get it together. How are we not that good at shooting? Did y'all see that, though? Did y'all see that one South Korean chick? Bro, they calling her Soon Wick. You know what I'm saying? She hit him with the...
And it's there. It's there. The world record has gone.
That's that's about to be the new Griselda album cover. Cannot wait for it. What else is going on in the Olympics? No, that's not even what I wanted to start with. That's just like what's happening in the world. I wanted to start with Kamala. She's like the presidential nominee, and I think it's dope because she brings like a real Bravo energy to the job. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's definitely gonna have like a hard day, get like a State of the Union, come home, grab a whole bottle of wine, like one of those clever, one of those clever glasses that's really like a whole bottle of wine, and she's gonna pour it in, and she's gonna laugh, and she's gonna pour it in, and she's gonna be talking to her husband, who is like the first gentleman. So that's gonna be weird. I'm gonna call that dude Ray, or whatever his name is. I'm just gonna call him by his name. His mama named him Ray. I'm gonna call him Ray. I don't know that man's name, and I ain't never gonna learn it because you're the first gentleman, and you were supposed to be there while Kamala pours her glass of wine, and she drinks it, and she sips it, and she's probably gonna curl up on the couch and watch a little Andy Cohen, laugh at the housewives. We're housewives of the Potomac, and she's gonna be like, I should invite these bitches. But she ain't gonna invite them bitches. She ain't gonna invite them bitches. Them bitches don't need to be at the White House. Like, they really do give rich people a bad name. And they don't need to be anywhere near Kamala. Like, ugh. Look at this shirt. Yuck. Ugh. Should have ironed it before I started talking. Oh, well. Yeah. So, yeah, and come on, and, like, everyone's talking about, oh, she slept her way to the top, which I feel like, is it funny? Yeah. Is it hack? Yeah. Like, yeah. It's going to be hack. Everyone's going to make those jokes. Everyone's going to make, she slept her way to the top. I guess she did, like, she dated, I don't know, she gave some dude a blowjob back at the beginning of her career, and then that dude supported her to be attorney general. I don't think that really had anything that much to do with it, but you know, they got to figure out some sort of attack. Like they can't attack her, which is so weird. But they really can't. They don't have any like clever lines for it because they have been preparing for Biden. Did you see that one dude? He $10,000 worth of what is it? Where they call him "Let's Go Brandon" merch, which is like the dumbest shit ever. Is because they were. I don't know if you heard about this "Let's Go Brandon" thing, but a couple years ago, I'm pretty sure. I mean, I guess it was during the Biden administration. He was at some sort of rally, and in the back they were yelling, "Fuck Joe Biden! Fuck Joe Biden!" But this entire time it was like a NASCAR event, and that dude had this dude Brandon. He actually won his first like ever NASCAR event. So they're in the back yelling "Fuck Joe Biden," and the commentator's like, "Well, no, I think they're yelling "Let's go Brandon," and then so MAGA's MAGA. I don't even want to call them Republicans. Like they're not they're not the Republicans I grew up with. Those dudes were respectable. These dudes are MAGA folks. They are like the entire demographic are divorced dads, and not the cool ones. Not the cool ones that come around and can co-parent and are like, yeah, you know, this is my wife found a new dude. I'm not really happy about it, but I'm not gonna be a dick about it because I got these kids to raise. No, 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 no. Trump's demographic is the divorced single dad that has to move into his friend's basement because goddamn Democrats, they took everything from me. I can't find decent rent in this thing, and my wife, she's taking half my paycheck, and she done turned the kids against me. Like, yeah, like I don't know why my daughter's so mad at me. You know, all I said was I told her the truth. I told her the truth. Pretty women can't work in this world. They have no business in the workplace. And I told him the whole, she was all mad because Trump said, grab him by the pussy. And he was joking. Come on, it's locker room talk. Why would she be offended by that? I don't know why my daughter hasn't talked to me in about 10 years, pretty much since Trump was elected. You know, since he started running for president. I don't know why my daughter, those liberals. She got caught by the liberals. She's gonna be one of them lesbians. Oh, the lesbians! My daughter's gonna be a lesbian because I said that Trump didn't actually overturn Roe v. Wade. That was the Supreme Court, and she just doesn't understand. Oh, the liberals, they got my daughter. Those are the people that vote for Trump. Like, those are the type of people. Those are the type of people that cast their ballot for Donald J. Trump. And I don't want to say, like, you don't want to disparage those people, but like they're getting increasingly dumber. Like they're just especially now, they're like real mad about this weird thing. They're real mad. You know, they're so mad about it that they forgot that Donald Trump may or may not have gotten shot 2 weeks ago. Like, that's kind of how I know it's some bullshit. That's kind of like makes me think it was a little bit of bullshit because they don't even talk about it anymore. Remember? Let's go. Donald Trump. Let's do it. Donald Trump. They don't even talk about it anymore because I think we all know, like, I don't know what it was that hit his ear. I don't know why he was bleeding. He had to get his lifts. I heard some people say that it was like completely fake and nothing hit his ear. And he actually, so like, let's go down the rabbit hole real quick. Let's say, all right, first of all, we know the kid was a Republican. He was like an out-and-out Republican. Everybody that knew him knows that he was a Republican. Like, he was a weird Republican. People remember the weird kid. He is the type of people that is the Republican demographic. That's why that weird shit is fucking with them so much. More on that in a second. But let's go down the rabbit hole. Like, what if Trump staged it and someone accidentally got shot? Like, they've never confirmed, like, they have the fireman that got shot, that died in the thing, which that like fucking sucks, bro. Why were you there? Why did you have your family? Like, I don't understand how dudes with daughters can vote for Trump and then look their daughters in the eye. Like, everything that he says, he is like the worst. Anyway, what if Trump set it up and someone got shot, and now someone's dead. And now, if he admits that he set it up, he kind of admitted to a murder, so he cannot do that. And that is why nobody, like, I don't even know. I'm sure he said something about it. Like, he's definitely said something about it. But, like, he's made multiple comments about it, but he's never, like, actually been like, yo, they were trying to kill me, blah, 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 blah. He's, I took a bullet for the country. Yeah. Was it a bullet that you shot? Was it a bullet that you set up? Trump? You set that bullet up? Did you do that? Was that you? Did you do that? Okay. I don't know. We don't really got enough to go on. But if he did do it, he might have done that shit. I don't really know, but they just don't, like, talk about it. And I feel like the attempted assassination of a former U.S. president who's running currently for president, I feel like that should still be dominating the news cycle. And I get it. Kill a story with a story. We've had the Republican National Convention with J.D. Vance. We about to talk about his weird couch-loving ass in a second. We've had the Olympics, which I'm going to keep talking about. Why? Because this is the one time I can just be patriotic without... It's like, it's fun. It's fun being patriotic. Like, I get it. Yeah, so we got the Olympics. We got this J.D. Vance weirdo that Trump elected that people are saying that he no longer wants, but he doesn't want to look like a dumbass. Too late. You already look dumb. Look dumb. J.D. Vance is a fucking weirdo. That whole beard thing, like, I was kind of with a politician with a beard. Like, I thought that would be fun. We haven't had that in a long, long time. I can't remember the last politician with a beard. I imagine it was in the 1800s. But this guy, J.D. Vance. So apparently J.D. Vance has changed his name 2 times. I don't know what he changed it to. Don't know what he changed it from. But he's changed it twice. Now there's some dude on TikTok claiming that J.D. Vance went on a date with him to see if he was gay. He's not saying J.D. Vance was gay. I don't want to say that. I don't want to say that J.D. Vance was gay. I don't want to say that J.D. Vance is gay and he only has his wife for a beard. I don't want to say that. I don't want to be the one to say that. That's what someone on TikTok is saying, that J.D. Vance is gay and he only has his wife for a beard. That's not coming from me. That's some guy on TikTok saying J.D. Vance is gay and he's got his wife. He only has his wife for a beard. I don't know about that. The couch thing. Look, we don't know if it's false. Like, we know he didn't write it in a book, but I'm sure there's a lot of stuff that didn't make it into the book, like him going on that TikTok date. And like, the reason that it sticks is because he looks like the type, right? Like, a little bit. Like, before he said that, we didn't know what someone who fucked a couch looked like. And then that came out, and it was like, oh, he looks like J.D. Vance. That's what someone who would fuck a couch. That's what they would look like. They would look like J.D. Vance. Like, it wouldn't be like a normal guy. It would be a guy with a beard, like a J.D. Vance looking dude. And there's just something behind his eyes. Like, he's constantly seeking approval, but he knows deep down inside that he's dead. So, and he's just a shell of a man that will do anything for power and money. Which, look, ain't nobody ever offered me millions and millions of dollars to sell my soul. If they did, I don't know if I would. It depends. How much do I gotta sell it? I just gotta be Donald Trump's running mate? Yeah, I would be Donald Trump's running mate for millions and millions of dollars. Would I fuck a couch? Is it a love seat? Is it like what are the colors? Is it a little velvet? Like what kind of couch are we talking about? I'm not fucking a Chase. You can't pay me to fuck a Chase. I don't even know how to spell Chase. I need a love seat. I need 2. Put them things down. Wanna smack that thing on the side. Bang. That's how much it would take for me to be J.D. Vance. So maybe that's why he did it. Maybe somebody was dangling a little bit of money in front of him, and he was like, yeah, let me just fuck this couch. Like, who cares about it? This is a little couch. Little couch fun. Little bang bang. You know what I'm saying? Can't be mad at him. He's making millions of dollars now. But that is some weird shit. And I think the reason why this weird shit is like bugging Republicans, which like I think it's bugging them for two reasons. One is because they know they're weird. Like, they know they're weird. People have told them, it probably takes them back to like middle school. That's what I would imagine. Like middle school, where they like really liked a girl and they were at a dance and they saw her dancing, and this was their chance because she was over by the punch bowl and she was away from her friends. And little JD Vance, he had practiced on the couch, and he saw her over there, and he was looking at her, and he was like, "Oh, this is my chance. I'm gonna go talk to her. I'm gonna go say something to her." And then he goes up and he stands next to her for a little bit, because you don't go right into it. You got to build up a little courage. You gotta, nice party, nice party. And then she was like, "Ew, you're weird, ew." And like from that day on, he said it's only couches for him. But I really do. That's something visceral that I think a lot of these Republicans have, because they're so insecure. Like Vivek, for whatever he is, I don't know much about the man. I don't like that he's like a shill, but for whatever he is, the man wears shoes bigger than he needs to, and it's my understanding that he is close to a billionaire. My man can get some nice shoes, like, right? Like, he can get some shoes that fit. Like, look at these shoes. Look at these shoes. Look at these goddamn shoes. Why is this shoe so big? I don't understand. I don't get it. He should be able to he should get some shoes that fits him. And like, that's why, because that's who these people are. They're very, very insecure. Highly successful. I mean, look, it's America, bro. You money isn't everything, but it is a fucking scoreboard. And like Vivek and JD Vance and all those other fucking weirdos, they put numbers on the board. You cannot deny it. They put numbers on the board. But what can I say? Even if you in the Benz, you still a nigga in a coupe. Even if you in a fucking stretch limo, you're still a loser in a suit. It just is. It is what it is. Like, you are who you are in this world, and like that loser shit, like, does not just wash off with success. You just find other losers to like back you, and you make a gang of the losers, and all of you losers go do loser stuff. And for a long time, for a long time, everybody else was like, "Ill, those dudes are weird losers. We're just going to stay away from them." But then for a brief moment, Donald Trump, who is not a weird loser, he's not a weird loser. He's a winner. He wins a lot. He wins big. He like elevated it. And you saw a lot of these losers saw themselves in Donald Trump. And, they were like, "Oh, that's our guy. I'm going to be him." And then they started trying to do the Trump thing. But the thing about a loser is, you're not a loser because you lost. You're not a loser because you're short. You're not a loser because you're not funny. You're a loser because you're not yourself. Because you have no identity. Like, you can't be comfortable in your own skin. And like, so you try to hop on whatever's cool, and not even necessarily what's cool, what's powerful. Like, that's what a lot of losers do. They cling to power. They cling to the thing that's going to make them feel strong. Feel big, strong man. Big, strong man. I'm going to vote for Donald Trump because I'm a big, strong man. Did you see their fucking... If you vote for Kamala, you're not a real man. All right, man. I guess. Like, that's that loser shit I'm talking about. Like, I fucking guess. Like, I don't think we have a binary choice. Is she my first choice? No. Am I happy how she got there? No. I do think that they fucking threw away 50 million votes. I think that shit is whack. I think that they have lost some trust of the party, but honestly, it don't matter. I mean, I'm still gonna vote for Kamala because one, it'd be cool to have another black. It'd be cool for Democrats to be cool again. Like, the last time we were cool was when we had a black dude in office. When a black person was in office. Democrats were cool. Kamala just gave a rally today. She had Quavo up there. She had Megan Thee Stallion twerking, which I know is going to be a big thing tomorrow. Look at these strippers on the stage. Look at these hoes. These nappy-headed hoes. Nappy-headed hoes. Do y'all get tired of being hacked? I mean, I guess, I don't know, man. I'm not a successful comedian. I'm not really, I'm a pretty good follower. We'll see how that turns out. I think I'm on a good path. I'm an above average husband. I'm a damn good attorney. But as far as comedy goes, I'm not very successful. So I don't know what hack is. But the whole she's not qualified because she's black, she's not qualified because she's a woman, it feels hacked. Like, this is like they're calling her the whole DEI thing. It doesn't feel hacked. It doesn't feel like overplayed. It doesn't feel like it's not working. It's not effective because we know what you mean at this point when you say it. So you're really only talking to yourselves. So, I mean, I guess if you want to, froth yourself up in a frenzy, then, keep using the rhetoric and keep circling, go in circle back and forth. But if you're trying to find something that penetrates, when people say stuff like DEI, people call Kamala Harris a DEI. She was the vice president. Like, there's the governor, vice president. Those are the only two jobs. Maybe mayor. Maybe. Not Mayor Pete. I'm sorry, Pete. You're too short. You're too short. I'm sorry. You're a great spokesperson. You're just too short. But, maybe mayor, but you need to have, an executive position, or you need to have a very, very high position in government. There's only, one higher position than the VP. And, the VP, your job is you are vice president. You're not the main guy. We know that. It's okay. You don't got to be the main guy, but you're, right there. You're in the rooms. You're doing the meetings. You're shaking their hands with the dignitaries, things like that. That is the job. And most people that get VP, you are not picked because you're a good, maybe, I would say Dick Cheney. Dick Cheney was probably our last VP pick. Oh, and Joe Biden. Those were our last VP picks that they were picked because they were actually good at something. Most VP picks are picked because you can win a state or you can win some sort of demographic that the president can't win. This time, she should really pay Tim Walz. Look at this video.
We can beat the Lions, right?
Yes.
What about, okay, this is a hard question. What about the Packers? Let's hear it.
We could beat.
That's the guy you pick. He's so homey and Midwestern, and he was a football coach. What's Trump going to do to a football coach? You go down to the South, his team won state. Tim Walz coached a team to a state championship. Donald Trump can't do nothing with that. Nobody, none of those weirdos on that side. What is J.D. Vance going to do to a high school football coach? Honestly, in a debate. And, it's not, fake humility. I guess I don't know the man. I ain't never met the man, but it seems like that's genuinely who he is. He just seems like a down-to-earth, very progressive dude, very populist dude. He just gets shit done. And, a populist that gets shit done, and just let Kamala, laugh, ha, 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 and then the vice president, run It's been a while since a VP's had a real job. I think it was Dick Cheney. Dick Cheney was the last one with a real job. Joe Biden didn't really have a job. He was there because he's an old establishment guy and he's good. He looked damn good with them shades on and that little ice cream, and he was running around the White House. He was, ooh, look at me, I'm Joe Biden. I'm running around the White House. He looked good. That's why you picked him. That's why you picked him. Kamala, she got all the black people. She got all the black women. She got all the black women, so she gets all the black dudes. That's just how it works. And there's a bunch of dudes that are going around, what has he done for black people? What Democrats ever done for black people? Well, the most overarching thing that I can think of that's had an effect in my personal life is the Civil Rights Amendments. And I know that happened in the 1960s, and that happened because Martin Luther King got shot, but it was also a long, long filibuster, and it was a coalition of Democrats and Republicans, mostly led by Democrats. I want to say it was 44 to 27 or some shit like that. Don't quote me on that. They ended the filibuster and finally passed the law. So, that's just one thing that Democrats did. You look under the Biden administration, descheduling marijuana, making it so that is not probable cause for stops in so many places. It hasn't quite worked its way up the chain yet, but it's working its way up the chain. that helps so many young black kids. And then you don't want to talk about criminal justice reform. Just like New York, for example, just New York, their new bail laws. No, it does not say the nigga laws, but their new bail laws, like I, I can tell you 100%, getting cases kicked, like serious cases that, like serious cases for some young black kids, they're getting kicked because they're petty, and now these kids don't have a criminal record, and they can't be put in jail. Like, if it's a non-bailable offense, you can't be put a non-bail eligible offense. You can't be put in jail for that. Do you know how many young black kids that helps? You can't stop them for weed, and you can't put them in jail for petty offenses. Like, come on, man. Like, those are just two policies. Those are two tangible policies that help black people immensely. Like, you talk about like a hate bill. Well, fortunately, we have Title VII, which explicitly says if you discriminate on someone based on the color of based on their race, then they have recourse. They can sue you. I can tell you from personal experience, I have sued people because they have discriminated against my clients based on race. So, like, you gotta I'm the wrong person to talk to when you talk about, well, what have Democrats done? I can tell you what the fuck Republicans done. They just got the Supreme Court and they overturned Roe v. Wade. And you know what? That it is what it is, whether you believe it or whether you don't believe it. But to say that they're both equal, in my opinion, for my beliefs, they're not. Like, one party seems to care about power, the Republicans. They seem to have a very relatively narrow vision of the world. The Wall Street Republicans are like gone. Like, those are the Wall Street Republicans, the neocons. I guess neocon was like a bad type of Republican, but like the Wall Street Republicans, what's that dude? The dude in the debate that could get up there and actually argue, make a good case for conservative policies. The only problem is they were doing that in the 70s, and the reality is liberalism won. Like, the long arm of history, most political science majors are going to say liberalism won. America is a social democracy. And I do think that it's okay to have a party that's like kind of fighting against that and trying to keep the government honest, but right now they're not even being honest. They used to be the party of small government. Now they spend just like everybody else. Like, they spend just as much as everybody else. They have joined the culture war in a way that was only familiar to like leftists, and not even like regular leftists, because we're tired of that shit. Like, the Democrats, if they want to win this election, keep the gay stuff on the low. Like, keep that shit chill. Like, I'm not saying, you know what I'm saying, but you lose a lot of young men when that's what you highlight. When that's what your front face is we are the party of trans. Well, you know who you're not the party of? Young men. As much as you want to do, as much as you want to say this, as much as you want to say this, just do the stuff. Most dudes don't care. They just don't want to be like, most dudes, you want rights. Look, hey, that sports shit is different. I am not watching a transgender woman beat the shit out of a cis woman. I'm just not doing it. I'm not okay with it. I don't like it. But all the other shit, what the fuck? Trans people cook, bathrooms, pit stalls. I like to take a shit in public. I will poop in public. So the more stalls, the better. Like, and besides, all this diddle stuff, it just does not track with the data. And maybe it's anecdotal, and I'm not digging into it, but it does seem like most of the people that are diddling are white males. It just quote unquote straight white males. Every statistic that I've ever seen, that's the key diddling demographic. And I don't know why they put it on trans people. I think it's some latent, like, you're attracted to them and you don't want to be attracted to them and you don't want people to know that you're attracted to them, so you gotta hate them. I think that's like a really big part of it. But also, I generally just say that there's a lot of angry white dudes out there, and I don't... Is it enough? Because all the cool white dudes are mostly Democrats, or they're like they're like Wall Street Republicans. They're like No, no, no. I'm with the fiscal policy, but socially we're cool, and I think women should have rights. But that's just not where the party is right now. So we'll see. All right, man. Let's end this. Let's end this on some controversial topics. Someone said if you tongue kiss someone, then you can share a toothbrush with them. Gross. Gross, gross, gross. I have no science. I don't know why, but tongue kissing someone and sharing their toothbrush, two different things. Two different things. Me and my wife do disgusting things in this bed. I do it all to her. I do it all. Ah! He's gonna be so mad at that. Whatever. I would never share her toothbrush. That shit is gross. She would never share my toothbrush. I don't even like her looking at my toothbrush. Or when we go on trips, our toothbrushes are in different rooms. I put my toothbrush in this room, her toothbrush is in that room, and never sell the two meet. I don't know what it is. It's gross. What are we? I know we swap spit and all types of bodily fluids. We ain't swapping toothbrush gargle. I don't even know what that is. The little bubbles and suds. Yeah. Get that shit away from me. No. That's not even controversial. It is what it is. Don't be sharing no toothbrush with people. That shit's gross. And then finally, I don't know if y'all saw the Ohio Supreme Court, but apparently boneless buffalo wings can have bones. According to the Ohio Supreme Court, there was a man, I don't know his name. The case just came down. And I got no hope for the regular Supreme Court. These dudes are a bunch of chuckleheads, and they're just going to say, whatever the state said, whatever that state said, that's what it should be. In the very boneless chicken wings, no one cares. Let them have bones. That's essentially, that's how I imagine the Chief Justice of Ohio was in the back. He was boneless. Let them have bones. They can have the bones. How do you... Yeah, okay, so basically, this dude goes to a restaurant, he orders a bunch of boneless wings, one goes down wrong, scratches up his throat, turns out it ripped his esophagus because it had bones. Now, why on earth would he think that boneless wings don't have bones on them? I don't know, according to the Ohio Supreme Court, because they said, well, chickens have bones. And boneless is more talking about a cooking style. It's, it's kind of like barbecue or Cajun. That's what boneless is, which is so idiotic. And next time, I think they should call Gordon Ramsay. Gordon, get on top of this. Wait, can you please testify in front of Ohio and tell those dumbasses up there? I bet they're MAGA. Bet they're MAGA. Oh, we gotta talk about that. Ohio Supreme Court. Why so dumb? Ohio Supreme Court. Why so dumb? This is why people don't like lawyers. This is why people don't trust the law. This is why people don't trust judges. Because very common sense things get distorted when it goes to court. You get attorneys arguing about how many angels can dance on the head of a pin, missing the fact that boneless wings probably don't have bones. Should not have bones in them. If I order some boneless wings and they have bones, I am pissed. I give my child some boneless wings and now my child dies, I'm pissed. You should be held liable for that. Don't advertise boneless wings if they got bones. Do better. God damn, I understand that you could at least put a little star at the bottom, risk of some bones. Something. Give me something, but don't just go straight up boneless and be indifferent to whether or not they have bones. God, this is fucking ridiculous. Goddamn Ohio. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Alright, the last thing I do want to... That was the last thing I was going to talk about, but the last thing I do want to talk about is I just want to be one of the first people on record. I don't know if they're going to certify these elections. I really don't. I've been watching for the last 4 years. Boop, boop, boop. It's been every Secretary of State has somehow, the Republicans have made their way to Secretary of State. I think a lot of Democrats and independents didn't pay attention. I generally vote Libertarian for Secretary of State because I trust those people to screw over the government when they can. So basically, at some point they got to certify the elections. If each state doesn't certify whoever the winner is the winner, and if Donald Trump's not the winner, there's a not zero chance that some of these states will not certify. It goes to the House, which is controlled by Republicans. I don't exactly know what happens in the House. I feel like I don't know. The House just might decide the presidency. I don't. Got the Speaker of the House. It doesn't. It should at least go to the Senate, and then it would go to VP. And I'm sure Kamala, if she won, she would be like, "Bitch, I won." And like, I think the further that we get along as a country, and more people move from the countryside to the city, and the electoral college is no longer representative of what the actual American people want. Like, I used to not be on that train on the America's people, not land. I used to be like, yeah, but there's people in small states and things like that. But now, like, the demographics are getting to the point where more people live in a lot smaller areas, but that area still only has X amount of electoral college votes. So I personally, and that's like a state by state thing. I personally am a fan of the Nebraska, Maine, right? Yeah, both of them. It's proportionality. Whatever congressional district you win, that's the elector that you get, and then whoever wins the popular vote from the state, they get that state's extra electors. Because basically, every state has it's one vote per electoral district, and then you get 2 votes for your state. So that means like a state like I think Wyoming, they have 3 because they only have one congressional district, but they also have 2, but you still get those 2 at-large votes. So Nebraska has that. That's how it works. It's every state has however your electors are, however many congressional districts you have, how many House of Representatives congressmen you have, plus 2 at-large. In the way that, and each state can award it however they want. There's a couple of plans. There's there's like an interstate compact where, because you only need 270 something to win. I think 270 on the dot to win. It may be 272, but I think you need 270 to win. So basically, that's like California, New York, fucking Illinois. You don't need every state to win. So all the states that you do need, there's enough states. They say, once we have enough electors, we will promise our electors to whoever wins the national popular vote, which is one way to do it. But I also, again, I think that, and you don't have to change the Constitution to do that. Each state can just do that. And a lot of states have already signed on to it. I don't think that's it, because you still miss the voice of the people in the small states. I like the Nebraska Maine plan because that's every congressional district. Every district counts. That means that that means Kamala should go campaign in Texas, because she would have won if they did that last time. It's something like Joe Biden would have won, like, I think Texas has like 11 or something like that. Joe Biden would have won 4 of those. That's not bad. On the flip side, Oregon and Washington, Trump, I think they have like 6. Trump would have won 2 of those, which I'm okay with. Like, it's a little fractional between that and ranked choice voting. The concern with ranked choice voting is that not everybody, you have the small state problem. You have the Wyomings, the Montanas, the places without a lot of people don't have representation, and if they don't have representation, we literally fought a war over that. So I think they should have representation, but I think it should be multi-state, multi. Split it up. It's not that hard. It's really not that hard. You already got the ballots. Just do what Nebraska does. Call some Nebraska people in. Call some Cornhuskers. Bring them up here. Let them vote. We gotta change this, man, because it's about to get dark times. It could be. If we got JD Vance. No couch is safe. All right. Thank y'all. That's a Slightly Informed podcast. My name is DJ Harrison. Please like, share, subscribe, and see y'all next week. Thanks.